Okay, well. Yeah, hello. First pick. Good morning. Oh, I need to turn this off. I need to turn that off. Okay. Okay. Well, it's time for the first map. Wow. Okay. We have the first map, AR0. Uh... Okay. AR0. I don't know why the what's it called, the metadata says AR5. This is AR0 CS like 2.1 or like 1.9 I think. All right, let's see. Sharytory off to a rough start. This I believe was their pick. So Floofy off to a good start. I know Floofy as being a particularly strong reading player, especially on these more dense maps that are simpler in terms of like the rhythm choices and everything. A lot of people know him for being the guy who FCs every single Newton map, easy flash or easy hidden. Okay. And already we're able to oh, wait, I just realized, are these two playing with Scorby 1, they're playing with Scorby 2, by the way. Alright, well, we're on WinCon, but either way, Floofy pretty clearly still would have won. So, up a point on sharytory here. The shake. Yeah, so 300 combo doesn't matter in terms of the win con. But that only really messes with stats. So Okay, well then. Back to the pool. Let's see. So what does Team Blue pick here? Which I realized is the this was, let's see, V2-1. Oh shit! Oh shit! This is, I believe, the first time on stream that we've seen this map. Which is exciting for me because this is my map. Freaking I Found a Way by Drake Bell. Now we're gonna have some fun here. Why is this 8.7 stars? I mean, it's 8.7 stars because the sliders at the end. Like, if you took out the ending, or you, like, made it so that it wasn't 1/8 tick slider jumps, then it'd be, like, 8 flat. Okay, well, Jake Bell, I found a way. Floofy versus sharytory. Now this is, the first third of this map is 260 BPM aim. The second third of this map is like 190 BPM streams. And the last third of this map is like very troll sliders. Looks like Floofy's gonna find some early misses. But sharytory's gonna miss on the brain slider immediately after going into the first ki. Oh, some pretty big chain misses from both players here, but sharytory holding on to better accuracy just overall. Right. Floofy missing on the slow part is not what you want to see. Alright. Both players missing on that kind of awkward square going into the 1/3 section right here. A little bit of free combo. sharytory missed on the slow slider. But I think both players are having fun here on this. Like we're gonna see some pretty big chain misses, but they're traded chain misses, so no matter what happens to sharytory, Floofy just sort of has the same thing happen. And we're already into the last third of the map right about now, and we're at a 150k lead. Floofy would have to quadruple his score essentially to catch up. And we're getting into the arguably the hardest part of the map. almost all of the sliders in this next section have slider takes. Let's see, and I mean, this map was basically over as soon as the first aim section hit. How many sliders did I copy and paste? One. The arrow slider is the only one that I copy and pasted. Or that and the brain, I guess, in the first part. But that's it. Actually, no. There are 3 sliders that were copy and pasted. That's the wrong MP. Give me 2 seconds. I'll grab it for you. There you go. That's the actual one. Okay. Well then. Sharytory insta-pick the V25. So we are going to see some Nico Doga old map, like DJ Pop speed coming up next. Now this is an Osage map if I've ever seen one. And he's in the lobby. Alright. the bangers. It's a banger, bro. Okay. So this is 300 BPM. AR 9.7, sort of grid style. A lot of kind of tag 4 patterns, just playable by one person. So there's a lot of these like really silly like jank sliders. And also a handful of tapping as well. Looks like sharytory is going to be able to get through pretty well. About a quarter of the way through. I will say the accuracy is struggling on both players, but sharytory notably having about 15% more than Floofy or Osage here. Dude, like, I mean, I don't really know what to say. Like, both players are, like, there isn't, I wouldn't really even say that sharytory can, like, 100% play this map, but it's just a matter of being able to play it better than your opponent that leads someone to be able to pick something like this. Dude, this song, man. Okay. This is another casual gap from sharytory here. Okay. Looks like we're gonna see the V2-3 come out next. Koiwa Chaos. Some jammers. Okay. And it looks like we're gonna see sharytory versus Osage-chan again on the Hard Rock alt map. Now this map is very, very draining in the amount of like aim stamina you need in your aiming hand to be able to consistently hit these patterns for the entire map. Just make it so difficult. Right. Both players sort of neck and neck right now, around the same accuracy. sharytory's slightly lower, but you know, it's really gonna matter to see what who misses first. And it looks like it will be sharytory to miss first, but Osage misses right after on a slider. So that act difference is also stabilized. They're basically neck and neck. Really depends on who can hit this first section. sharytory finding the first break. Osage drops pretty much right after. There isn't a pretty... Like, the only reason that sharytory is ahead right now is just because of this accuracy. Osage dropping again. And this is right now, this lead is gonna pretty quickly spiral out of control if sharytory can hold. Got about 170 combo lead going into one of the easier parts of the map. And we're starting to see 20k growth. Oh, and with Osage missing again. It's not what you want to see. Osage is just missing on a lot of these simpler patterns that he was able to hit earlier in the map, but I guess it could have been the stamina and aim. I don't know. sharytory looking comfortable as ever going into the second Ki. This lead has already quickly almost grown to about 100k. See, does find a drop, but that's essentially only really managed to cap the lead at about 150k. But I don't really expect that lead to shrink that much, especially with a 3% accuracy lead going into the last Ki. Both players have around the same combo. It's just a matter of, you know, does sharytory stop playing, and then Osage can probably take advantage of that. But We're going to see the first miss in the section come out from Osage. More traded misses between the two of them. Like whenever sharytory misses, Osage has already missed at least 3 times, probably. Like, this map just gets so draining. And with that, sharytory has managed to claim a breakpoint, and it is 3-1. Okay, I was about to say. And we're going straight into the V1-3. To potentially secure this, or no, it would have, that was already a secured breakpoint. We're gonna see the V1-3. Alright, well, now we have probably the hardest map in the pool. We have Azumanga Dive alternative opening. This map is very hard. And it is very unforgiving, but it is also with score V1, so if there's anything, being able to get a decent score is realistically feasible just off of the fact that losing or missing doesn't lose you score. Okay. Alright, both players are missing on these. Let's see. Neither player learned the trumpet sliders. I feel like there's a couple of patterns in this map that, as despite how short it is crammed with just a bunch of random and very difficult sections. And being able to hit a couple of them in a row just puts you so far ahead of your opponent here, and that's what we're seeing is mostly just a mechanics gap. Not missing on stuff like these linear sliders in comparison to Osage, but wherever you can get combo that's what's important here, and we're already at the end of the map. Shadow Freak takes home the 4th point for Team sharytory, putting them up to match point. I will say this will be, I believe, it will be MirageFire's. MirageFire is a deranker's pick next to potentially put themselves further up on the scoreboard, but who knows? Yeah, the ending of this map is very silly because the song ended about 30 seconds ago, but it keeps going. So, okay. Like, this map is just so, it's so funny. Okay. Let's see. So now we go back to the map pool. What could Team Blue pick here to potentially get another play on the board? Honestly, I don't know. I'm thinking one of the miscounts, either miscount 2 or miscount 3. Miscount 3 would be pretty funny, but I think they probably have a better time on miscount 2 just going off of what the maps they've won before. I don't think any of the AC maps are that great of a pick. Crimsonic, maybe. Just off of if sharytory can't possibly play it, and Usage can, but that might be a more risky pick from either team. Aside from that, I don't really know. That's an inspirational map. It looks like we're gonna see Act 3, which this map is surprisingly the most picked map of the tournament so far. We're almost done with day 2 of these matches, and I believe if I go to the stat sheet, which I hopefully have open, I do. This map, as of right now, has been picked. Let me check Knuckle stats. It has been picked 16 times. Which, I mean, I didn't expect this map to be that popular. I was thinking, like, I was thinking V13 Act 2, or, like, V13 I was thinking was going to be more popular than this. But this map is surprisingly popular. Which, I mean, it's funny. So, there's that. But we got a cycle hit, but beats 2 and 4 are swapped. This is essentially just hidden text, that's like hidden cut streams for about 5 minutes. And we're looking at accuracy here, so do keep that in mind. So there's a couple of things about this map that just make it so much more like tricky. And I think one of them is definitely, well, there's the cut streams obviously, but I think the thing that I find more tricky in terms of acting it is getting over the rhythm changes between this and the original cycle hit. Oh, but Floofy finding a massive chain miss. Is already down more than 10% going into the first Ki. Going into the second Ki. But yeah, it's just an overall mechanics difference between these two players right now. We're just seeing a lot of untraded misses come from Floofy here. But yeah, like, see, that exact right there, why sharytory missed is just unfamiliarity with, her being too familiar with cycle hit as a song, and missing because the the double comes before, or comes 2 beats before it normally does in the map. Alright, going into Ki 3. core hard, dude. Like, it's so stupid. I can't take this song seriously. Okay. We're getting into the hardest part of the map here. There's about a 10% difference between sharytory and Floofy. Yeah, just like off of this already, you can see sharytory 800 combo. Floofy's missing multiple times on these cut stream sections before the hard part even really starts. Going into the ending of the song. I think the lead is going to be pretty secure at about 12%. Oh, even more if Floofy keeps missing the stream. Alright. And with that, sharytory makes it out of this match with a 5-1. Let me check their... I believe this might actually be the first match in their group. Actually, no, it isn't. It isn't. This is their first match. I will say. So, congratulations to them. But I believe the rest of their matches will be next week. The rest of the matches in this group will be next week. So if you like all the people in here, then tune in next week. But aside from that, got another match in about 20 minutes. And then, let me check the chrono schedule. I'm trying to remember what else there is. Yeah, we saw, so the last match today is at 20 UTC, and then after that, we're done for, not for the week. There's a couple matches on Monday. But aside from that, the next matches after that will be on Friday. So we're almost done for the week with matches, although we got a shit ton next week. So looking forward to those. But until then, goodbye!